Here we go. Hey, and good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Greg Majeski here. I decided to do a quick live update for you here on our big storm for today. It's really the tale of two types of storms. We've got a severe element of this, obviously, with the severe weather across the south, as well as we've got the winter storm element of this, which is really pounding areas of Chicago right now. And I think I'm going to start with the winter element first because that camera looks so impressive. I've actually got it up right now, and I want to show you this real quick. So let me show you this camera. This is what's going on right now in Chicago. This is Midway Airport. We're talking whiteout conditions. You can barely see the runway. I could see the trucks just a few minutes ago, and then it really started picking up and hammering there. So it is a very, very snowy day, to say the least, there in Chicago, and the cold air is going to be setting in across the south. So that's one side of the storm system, obviously, as we're kind of looking at this right now. The other side of this is the severe side of this, and we do have active severe thunderstorm warnings here across central areas of Mississippi, and we also have a tornado warning that's out there as well. Let me go ahead and highlight those warnings right now for you there. And you see the tornado warning that's radar indicated until 8:15. That is 8:15 Central Standard Time. And you see the severe thunderstorm warnings around this, as we've got a pretty impressive squall line that's moving through portions of Mississippi. It's going to sweep through the entire southeast. So you see the squall line kind of running in here through the middle of Mississippi, and this will be spreading off toward the east. The current watch boxes that are up go until about 10 o'clock. And of course, that'll be spreading into areas of Alabama and eventually Georgia as we head into this afternoon as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the latest. And I notice I'm picking my microphone here. I'm sorry. Let me bring that down a little bit. My apologies. Let's take a look at the latest here as far as the current watches there, and the areas there in yellow. That is where we have our tornado watch boxes currently up. So we're talking about this area right down in here. They're in the yellow, the little oranges and stuff, and that's your severe thunderstorm warnings in there. All that brown you see on the map, that is all your wind advisories. Wind advisories that are currently in effect for a big chunk of the country. And then as you look up here toward the north, you see all the pink area. That's your winter storm warnings, but that orange area across Iowa, that is your blizzard warning. So we got blizzard warnings out as expected with the storm. We got winter storm warnings obviously in effect. And this area in here that you're seeing, that is, I shrunk that down, didn't mean to. My apologies on that. Let's put that back up. Thank you. This area in here, you see where that kind of grayish color in there, that is for that extreme cold that's expected to come in back behind the system. That's already starting to move in actually across parts of the country right now. So a very active weather day. If you're being impacted by any of this storm system as it comes out, make sure you stay weather aware today. Make sure you have weather app, or make sure you're staying up, especially in the southeast, obviously, where we've got that active severe weather that is going on currently. Let me go back over to that real quick, as I want to show you this box, and I want to go ahead and pull out here a little bit and kind of give a bigger perspective here on this thing. So I'm going to pull out here. So again, if you're in Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, areas out ahead of the storm system, you're going to see some active weather here as we progress through the afternoon hours. So by the time we get to like 5 o'clock, all this storm system here will be progressed almost all the way across the southeast, as it's moving at a very good clip with this particular storm system. And you can see the heavier rains are spreading up into areas of Nashville, stretching up into Kentucky. You see the yellows and the reds. That's indicative of the heavier precipitation, obviously. And we're seeing that all across this area with the active storm system here, as that low is starting to get cranking, and they're really starting to move up here toward the north and toward the east here. And you see the heavier rains here near Louisville, getting over toward Cincinnati with the heavier rains. Memphis getting obviously some of the heavier rains there as well with this system. And it continues to really snow heavily there in Chicago. They're getting looks like they may get a little bit of a break, but Chicago right now is definitely getting drenched with some very heavy snows over this way. Still getting some decent snows back over into Iowa as well with this storm system, as we're just getting cranking, folks. And then once this goes by, we're going to deal with some very, very frigid temperatures. And then we'll turn our attention to the next storm system, which I will do an update on for you guys tomorrow as we look into early next week. So let's look at some of these other webcams. I've got a few of them up here. We can go ahead and take a look at a few of these. So let me take this down here, and we can take a look at some of these. There's another one from Chicago, partially obscured there from snow, it appears. Only seeing the tracks there right now with some of the snows that are blowing through that area right now. Let's look over at Des Moines now. A little picturesque over there in Des Moines as well. Seeing the snow there falling down. Not as heavily there as compared over to Chicago, where they're getting a pretty good dumping right now. And looks like the snow has come to an end in Kansas City, looking quiet there right now, but they're going to be quite frigid. I know we got a big football game coming up this weekend, and they're looking at temperatures down probably below zero for that game. I got to put my money on Kansas City since this the Miami Dolphins playing in Kansas City when the temperature is going to be down around zero. So I don't feel good about the Miami's chances. And once again, I go back to Chicago Midway again. That is just very impressive, folks. That is some heavy whiteout conditions. Definitely almost very blizzard-like conditions where you can just see the lights on the runway here at the moment. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up real quick. Let's look at that convective outlook. I want to look at this one more. I forgot to highlight this once again as we're looking at the severe weather that's going to be tracking through the south. That there in orange, that is your area of where the highest probability of seeing tornadoes and things like that. So that area in orange is the highest risk. So I'm going to break this down by the categories there. As you can see, the tornado risk is about 5% for everybody, but the wind risk is very high. That big bullseye right there. And those are the storms that are moving through Mississippi here at the moment as it's moving through the area. But again, high gusty winds greater than 55 miles per hour. Most of the winds I think will be closer to 60 and 70 miles per hour. At least looking at some of the wind profiles this morning, I think it'll be in that range. There is a hail possibility, but it's pretty low across the southeast from Mississippi over toward the Carolinas. And but this is going to be the risk for today, about 5%. And with such high winds just off the surface at about 5,000 feet or so, it won't take much to bring down, especially with the spin of the atmosphere as that low is moving up toward the north. Yeah, we got to watch out for some possibilities from isolated tornadoes. Don't know if we're going to see as many storms or severe weather as we saw with the previous storm. I think the last one was just a little more dynamic with the severe element of this, but this is still a pretty good punch. Still gonna provide headaches for a lot of people. So at least it's coming in during the day. I hate it when it comes in at night because that's really problematic to say the least when it's doing that. All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Again, this is your major storm system here. This is your 9 o'clock update. And I will try to do another one of these later today, taking care of some errands with the wife today, as we've had some things we got to deal with on a personal nature. But I'll try to make sure I do another update for you a little bit later. And just stay informed. I will have another video posting tomorrow talking about next week's storm. Another S word in the South. That's something we just don't like to say, but we're going to talk about that, and we'll keep you updated on the next system. Again, new here to the YouTube universe. We're trying to grow a very strong channel for you guys, so if you'd like to subscribe, you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know what you think as we continue to try to grow this channel for you guys. Make it the best it could possibly be. All right, that's your morning update on this storm. Stay weather aware. The eastern third of the United States is going to get pounded today, but should be improving by the time we get into, say, Sunday as the storm starts to exit up into Canada, and we'll see things begin to improve, but it's going to get plenty cold. That's for sure. A lot of the country is going to be locked into the icebox here going into next week. All right, that's it for now. You guys take it easy. We'll see you on a later update. Have a good day. Be safe out there. Stay weather aware.